Hey tortoise lovers, welcome to my channel. If you're watching this video, you're either going to buy a tortoise, you're looking to buy one, or you just got a tortoise, or you own one and you're looking for some new tips. This video right here is on essentials for a Russian tortoise, an indoor Russian tortoise. This is my tortoise Aoki. I've had him for 5 years. He lives indoors. Now I'm going to break it down for you beginners. If you're new to owning a tortoise, or you're about to buy one, you're doing some research. So this video is on essentials for your Russian tortoise. Okay? Now first off, you need to tell yourself, do you really want a Russian tortoise? You know, they're beautiful creatures. They're pretty to look at, nice eye candy. But you gotta remember, they're not like cats or dogs. You can't have them on your tummy when you're laying in bed. You can't take them for a walk. You basically only can look at them and care for them. So tell yourself, do you want a Russian tortoise? Can you provide for it? You know, it's not like you just buy it and you put it in an enclosure. You know, can you care for it? If you work, 8-hour job, part-time job, if you go to school, you're going to be gone the whole day. Can you provide for your tortoise? Is this what you want? So think about that before you go buy your tortoise, or if you just bought it, before it gets too late, think about that. Do you really want a tortoise? They need lots of love and care. They're like other animals. They need to be loved, nurtured, and cared for. Talk to your tortoise. Just like you talk to your dog. Just like some people even talk to their plants. Talk to your tortoise. Don't just feed it and leave. Talk to it. Say good night. Say good morning. Call it by its name. Hi, Aoki. See? My tortoise, he ain't scared of me. They're all a little flinchy, but he ain't shy when it comes to the camera. I've had him for 5 years and he's doing good. So I'm going to tell you the guidelines that I followed and that have helped me along the way to take care of my tortoise. So first off, you're going to need an enclosure. I prefer an open enclosure, aka tabletop enclosure. I think I got into it in one of my other videos about why I don't put it in an aquarium or a glass enclosure. So you could buy these online, or you can make it yourself. Be creative, make it yourself. Do it with a friend, a loved one, a family member, a brother, sister, mom, dad, girlfriend, a wife. A son, daughter. It could be a little experiment you guys could do together and build one. And so do your research on how to build your enclosure. I won't get into that, but first you're going to need yourself an enclosure, and then you're going to decide, where am I going to buy my tortoise from? I made a video on why not to get one from Petco or Petmart, and you go watch that video. But try to get your tortoise from a reptile shop or online at a tortoise farm. But other than that, you're gonna need your enclosure. Get it fairly big. You're gonna need to have that mindset. Do you really want a tortoise? Do your research. And then second of all, you're gonna need your substrate. I keep it simple. Don't make it hard for yourself. Don't give yourself a brain aneurysm and search everywhere and get upset. I keep it simple. I've had it like this for 5 years. I have cocoa fiber, cocoa core. You could get this anywhere that sells reptiles. They come in brick form and they expand in water. Right now it's winter. We're in November. I live in California, so he likes to burrow in it in the winter. Then next up I have hay. I use Timothy hay. When you're gone or you're at work or you're out and you can't feed your tortoise, he'll munch on his Timothy hay. It's high in fiber. That's good for your tortoise. I always stuck with Timothy hay. I've never tried nothing else. And he loves to burrow in that stuff, man. He loves to burrow in it, actually more than he loves to burrow in his soil substrate over here, his cocoa core. So keep it simple. Get your cocoa core and get your Timothy hay. And this is how I have my enclosure right now. I need to clean it up a little bit. I haven't got around to it. But keep it simple, man. Don't give yourself a brain aneurysm, all right? Okay, next up, you're going to need some items to put in your enclosure. And I have half logs. Like I said, you get these. Almost anything you need, you could get at your local reptile shop. You could get your items at Petco, Petmart. I'll get your items from there. They're not too expensive. These half logs run like $10, I think. I got 3 of them in here. I built this little house right here. He likes to go in there and burrow. He has a little bridge, and he has rocks. Anything you put in here, make sure it's clean. Don't be getting half logs from outside and putting it in here. Don't bring the germs and filth from outside and put it in your tortoise enclosure. Yeah, I know it's going to get a little dirty in your enclosure. It's going to get dusty. But hey, this is all fresh stuff that you're putting in here. These rocks that I bought these from Home Depot in a bag, and I still boiled them. You know, that's another thing you could have in your enclosure for your tortoise to climb on. You could put them any which way you want for your tortoise to explore. So you're going to need things in your enclosure. Okay, next up, you're going to need a dish for your tortoise to eat on. I have a half tile. You know, I had some spare tile. We laid tile in my house. And I broke one in half, and he's been eating on it for years. I wash it every few weeks. I give it a quick rinse, scrub, and it helps trim their beak. Your tortoises have beaks. It helps trim their beaks, and it won't promote overgrowth. So have it eat on something like this. Don't get nothing plastic. You know, it's just a waste. Basically, they're just chemicals, and that's what he eats on. You know, some people, this is a big debate going on, especially with me. I've gotten comments on this on some other videos. A lot of people suggest having a water dish in your enclosure, but I don't. I don't suggest having any water dish in your enclosure. There's many reasons why. You know, I won't get too deep into it, but I'll give you a little brief overview of why not. Okay, one of the reasons why I don't have a water dish, because like I said before, most humans, they're working, they're at school, or they're away. You know, unless you're home and you go keep an eye on your water dish, go ahead and get it. Go ahead and try it. But when you're gone, for instance, if you're gone at work all day, are you watching your tortoise? No, you're not. You're gone 8 hours, sometimes 10, 12-hour days, you know? And even at school, you're in school the whole entire day. You can't watch that water dish. And tortoises love to soak in water. And what do? Because they get so comfortable in their water, they poop in it and they pee in their water. And, you know, they'll drink from it too, right after they just got done pooping and peeing in it. And that could cause some bacterial infections inside of your tortoise, which you don't want to deal with. Believe me, that's going to be really hard. You know, you don't know how many times a day your tortoise is going in and out of that water dish when you're gone and he's peeing in it or pooping in it and then drinking from it. He could get sick. So what I do for your tortoise will stay hydrated. You don't have to stress or worry about him getting sick. 4 times a week, I put him in a little kind of like a tub. It's a little pink dish that I have. I fill it with lukewarm water, mid-shell. You don't want to drown your tortoise. I'll leave him in there from 10, maybe 15 minutes, and he drinks from it. I pour some water on his shell for his shell won't get all dry and nasty. And he stays hydrated that way. He's never gotten dehydrated really on me. You know, I've had him for 5 years, my little buddy Aoki here. He's my best little buddy I have here, and he's nice and hydrated. So that's the route I'll take if I was you guys. And so let's go over everything real quick. And before I continue, you're going to need your enclosure. Do your research on why you want your tortoise. You know, maybe you go on some tortoise forums or talk to some people or friends that have tortoises and see how they take care of their tortoises. So you're going to have to think on why you want your tortoise. You're going to have to get your enclosure. You can deal with that on your own. What type, how you're going to build it, whatever. You're going to need your substrate. You're gonna need your hides in here. You're going to need something to feed it on. And then you're going to need something to soak it in. So that's where we're at so far. So keep that in mind. Next up, what are you going to feed it? Some people say, oh man, this, and that. I'm going to feed it this. I'm going to feed it that. Don't make it too difficult, like I said. You know, keep it simple. I get spring mix lettuce. I take the spinach out because tortoises, they don't like spinach. Your tortoise, he won't eat it. Even if you feed him the spring mix lettuce and it has spinach in it, he won't eat the spinach. He'll leave it there. But I take it out. So spring mix comes with a mixture of so many different types of leaves, red leaves, romaine leaves, so many different type of leaves. Me and my girlfriend right now, we're growing some spring mix. We're growing a lot of it. You know, it's best to serve it organically. You can get it from any type of stores organically. And you know, once a week I'll throw some aloe vera, some dandelions, and some clovers. Maybe every other day, just to mix things up. He loves those. Tortoises love them. But make sure it's not sprayed with any pesticides. Get it from your garden or your grass or you know, wherever is a safe place. And that's what you feed your tortoise. So you're going to need to feed him with some spring mix and some things from your garden. Now, next up, most importantly, this is the most importantly thing you're going to need. Most important, you're going to need your light fixtures. Now, I got 2 of these. You can get these from your reptile shop. You know, have one for backup just in case. Just in case, you know, it blows out. You'll have a backup. You have 2 of these, 100 watt. I use it year round. You know, they last about 6 months. I have 2 of them. And then, you know, that's for your tortoise to bask. You know, he can digest his food, get warm when it's cold. I have me my Desert Series 50 T8 fluorescent bulb, UVB. Okay, these right here I got at Petco, and basically it mimics the sun. It's healthy for your tortoise. You got to have these 2 things. You know, you got to get them with the fixtures. I don't know how you're gonna set your fixtures up, but I set mine up with some shoelaces right here on this little post, and then you need your fixture for your heat bulb, and those are really essential. You need those. If you can't afford these things, don't bother getting a tortoise, because you can't just throw your tortoise inside of his enclosure. He will get sick and he will suffer. So first off, gather your money, because that's another thing you're going to need. You're going to need money in order to buy your tortoise, because at the beginning, it costs money. You know, your tortoise is going to cost anywhere from $50 to $100. Everything that you're going to need, the UVB bulbs cost about 30. The heat bulbs cost about 12 to 15. The fixtures are another 12 to 20 bucks. You know, the half logs. So altogether, you might need about 300 bucks. But after that, you're smooth sailing, man. You maybe once a year you need to buy some fixtures, and it'll cost you about 40 bucks. You know, and you'll be good for the year. You know, some hay every 4 or 5 months. Buy a bale of hay, and replace your tortoise's substrate, and you're good. Make sure you have money for its lettuce, its spring mix, and you're good, man. You just always make sure you have a little bit of money. So that's another important thing. You don't want your tortoise to suffer. So you're gonna need your fixtures, you're gonna need your food, and you're gonna need some money. Maybe put away 200 bucks on the side. Just always have it put away, just in case emergencies. Your tortoise gets sick, you need to take it to emergency vet. You know, you need to buy some food for it, or maybe I don't know how this will happen, but your light fixtures, the bulbs, they blow out, and you need to go get yourself some bulbs. You'll have that money to the side. So that's an idea. Maybe you think about that, and you could do that. And that's about it for your tortoise care. And so let's go over everything. You need your enclosure. You need your items for it to hide, you know, climb on. You need a food dish. You need food. You need your bulbs, and you need your fixture. So these are the things you need. And another thing, make sure you just care for your tortoise, man. Make sure you love it and you care for it like any other animal that you might have. And that's about it for your Russian tortoise essentials. Another thing that I just want to touch on real quick. I have this right here. It's a turtle bone, and it also, let me see here. I got the box. You know, it provides calcium for your tortoise. But you know, like I said, if you have your tortoise well fed and watered, you wouldn't really need this. Some people have them. A lot of people in videos you'll find they have these. My tortoise doesn't even touch it, man. It's been laying here for a while. He don't even touch it. It's just getting eaten away by the the lights in here. So there are calcium bones. You can get that for your tortoise, but I don't know. It's up to you. Other than that, those are about all the things you need. I don't want to keep rambling here. And other than that, do your research. Be patient. Don't be in a hurry to get your tortoise. Be unique. You know, take your time, and you should be okay. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you can.